You're busy presenting and you stand there and you go, I feel like this is going all bad. I feel like nobody is interested. I feel like nobody pays attention. I remember speaking in Sydney at Rosehill Racecourse. There was 800 people. As I was speaking, there was somebody in the second row sitting like this. I was literally 5 minutes into my speech. I tell you what, 3 minutes later, this guy's... I remember the guy next to him was looking at him, and then they're looking at me. What am I going to do about it? So immediately, my brain can go, I feel like I'm putting these people to sleep. They are bored. They're not listening. So I can do that and start to look at the red thing in front of me. This person is fast asleep. What I did was I said to myself, I'm well prepared. I've got knowledge. Hey, I've done this presentation before at this company. It worked really well. I've had good feedback. And I looked around, said, let's look at the positive. Everybody else is engaged. Everybody's writing. So I kept going. At lunchtime, this person, because I was speaking just before lunch, at lunchtime, the guy came up to me and said, you know what, I'm so sorry. He said, you know what, I've got 2 little kids, a new baby at home, and this baby kept us up all night. I only slept for 3 hours. He said, man, you said that 1 or 2 things that I remember. It was so good. I said, I'm so sorry. You see, what we do is, don't go as I feel, I am not good enough, I am not. Your brain works like a filter. And unfortunately for us, what happens, our brain searches for the stuff that's wrong. Let me show you why. You write your business or HR, or you write a paper, right, an exam, and they give you back your answer sheet. They go, well done, 82%. Here's your answer sheet. And they give you your answer sheet. You get your answer sheet. What's the first thing you look for?
The ones you did wrong.
What I got wrong. They take a group photo of everybody here, right, and they put it up against a website. Who's the first person you look for? Yourself. And you go like, oh, what was I wearing? Why did I stand there? Man, I need to lose weight. And then you go, oh, look at my hair. That's if you have any, right? And you're like, oh, something, our brain is geared for red stuff. That's why when you do a presentation, you walk in and you go, there's 60 people? I thought there was only going to be 10. Oh, right? And your brain switches on the red stuff. You guys get what's happening? There's so many people who do presentations and you go, hey, how do you feel? They go, nervous. I feel, I think things are going to go wrong. They forget about their strengths. So that 82%, what do? Our brain minimizes it and go, come on, I've already got it right. So why should I focus on that? And this is why we do not look at our own strengths. That's why we suffer from lack of self-confidence, self-esteem, self-belief, is because we don't focus on what we're already good at. So my tip for you is if you ever want to become confident speaking in front of audiences, tell yourself the good stuff. Hey, I know this, I've studied this, I know this subject, I know what I can do, I know how to start, I can speak properly, I need to slow down, a good eye contact. When you start telling yourself, hey, I've done this before, I can do this, your brain actually relaxes. The more you start, you walk in, you go, look at all these people. Oh, they're going to ask me a tough question. And they said, hey, I know we gave you 5 minutes. Can you do 7? You're like, no, I don't have enough content. You see what's happening? And well, wet coal or something, and then they dump it. And I just shoveled a whole pile of coal this high, and all I want to do is just go and drink a bit of water. As I turned around, I heard, turned around, another pile this big of coal. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And I went, why? I'm going to figure out why that guy opened up that lever now. So I climbed up there and I said to him, why did you open it up? He said, I don't know. He said, I got that guy in that little wooden hut there told me over my radio, open it up, B4. So that's what I had to do. I said, why? He goes, I don't know, go and ask him. So I was on a mission. All right. So I went in there and I said to the guy, hey, why did you tell the guy to open up the feeder valve there at the bottom? He said, well, there was wet coal that comes in from the mine and this and this and this. I said, why? They go, I don't know. You need to go and ask the guys in the control room. I'm like, fine, I'm going to go figure out I was on a mission now. I wanted to stop them from dropping so much coal so that I didn't have to work so hard. All right? And you know what happened? I started learning what's going on in a factory. And I learned that everybody is just so consumed with what they are doing. Nobody's taking off their blinkers and thinking a bit further. And I just started asking questions. Eventually I went to my boss and I said, all these blue, these folders in your office, can I read it? He said to me, Trevor's got nothing to do with you. This is for engineers. And I said, but can I read it? He said, you have to take it home. You can't read it here. I said, okay. And I used to cycle back home with these thick folders in my backpack and put it in cryovac bags and cycle home and then study this at night till 1 in the morning and fall asleep, take it back to work. In, out, in, out. I literally did 16 piles this high that I went through, studied them. 6 years later, I became the senior leading head engineer on both power stations. You can see there's 2 power stations here. And then, majority of the people had to report to me. Now, they said, Trevor, you need to run the meetings. You need to stand in the front. And I said, whoa, that's not going to happen. They go, no, that's part of your job. You need to run. And I went, that's not going to happen. So, you know what? In that part of my life, what always happened was I was playing this game. What game are you playing? Are you below the line or are you above the line? Are you here below the line? It says blame, excuses, and denial. You see, I was in that space for 12 years of my life. I blamed my boss for not coming out to see how hard I'm working. I blamed my parents. I blamed that girl that was laughing at me, the school kids. I blamed everybody. I blamed the weather. I blamed the government.